just your thoughts on tonight, and then we'll take some questions.
Sure. Well, first of all, it was one of the best atmospheres I've been around for high school basketball. I've been doing this for 30-some years, and it was really a pleasure to be a part of something like that. I think that had two really good teams going blow for blow the whole game. You know, it was punch, counter punch, and they hit the last punch, and you give them credit for that. They made the last play when they had to, and you know, for my girls, I know they're hurting, but I'm so proud of them. They've been one of my favorite teams I've been around for a long time. They were just a joy to be around, and I hate that we're not going to be together tomorrow, but they took us on a great ride this year, and I'm really, really proud of them. Really am.
Questions?
Coach, how much was it just momentum down the stretch of they just rode that wave?
They did, and you know, they're a good basketball team. They're a Finnish State champs for a reason.
Yeah.
Okay, and we knew that we were probably a rebound away from winning that game. Just one rebound here, one rebound there, and it kept crashing on offensive glass. And when you have good teams on the ropes, you've got to take care of them. And when we didn't land a knockout punch, I thought the biggest play was we got up. I believe it was 4-4, and they came out here a three-pointer from the corner. It might have been 5 and 2. I don't know what it was, but I thought that was the one that really, if we got the ball back then, I think we could have ran some clock and got them. But again, great teams make great plays, and you give them a lot of credit. They made a lot of plays at the end, and again, that's why they're state champs.
Coach, I know Adelaide Jernigan, her last game, I know she's left such a mark on this program. But just, I mean, what would you like to say in terms of what she's done for your school and, you know, what she's meant to you?
So, Adelaide, you know, I can't be more proud of her. You know, she let me coach her as hard as I can, or as hard as I could, from the time she was a freshman until now. I pretty much poured everything I had into her and try to give her everything I can, because she's not just a talent, but she's a coachable talent, and those are hard to find. And she gave it her all tonight. You know, she gave her all season. She was a great leader for us this year. Been a great leader for us for 4 years, and she has nothing to hang her head about at all. She is a champion. She is a hero to me, and obviously, you know, going to miss her next year. But I'm thankful for what she did for the program. She's leaving here with 2 state championships, got us deep in the playoffs 2 other years, and you know, she is just really special to me, and I'm really going to miss her.
I know their big man, Stamper, had a lot of points and a lot of rebounds. I mean, in terms of that matchup, what were the biggest things that allowed her to do so well inside?
Honestly, I think she's the difference between them 2 years ago and now. When we beat them 2 years ago, she wasn't around. She was an 8th grader, and the last 2 years, I think we've been even with them the whole time, except for her. It's a hard matchup for us, and we have to give up something. Either give up the 3 or give up it's something. Pick your poison. And I thought for the most part, we took away the transition, which we were trying to do tonight. And then in the third quarter, they started making threes. So we started spreading out a little bit more, and we spread it out, they threw the ball into her. And so it's, you know, she's just a hard matchup for us. I thought she played really well tonight. We tried to get that third foul in the third quarter as much as we could, but she didn't take the bait. But you know, again, credit to her. She played well tonight, and I think she didn't make the last shot. I think she was the difference in the game, honestly.
Coach, you could kind of tell as this season went along that this team was building up to be ready for a game like this, and in this moment, girls like Claire and Jenna and Morgan really made some big plays when it mattered most. What does that say about how this team progressed as the year went along to be ready, you know, when the number was called?
I think it's the maturity thing. Last year we didn't handle it very well. We made a lot of turnovers in that game, and they came back with a different focus this year, saying that, you know, we were going to, you know, handle situations, environments like this better, and I thought we did tonight for the most part. I mean, they're going to cause havoc because that's what they do, but I thought for the most part we handled it. It's just, again, they just ratcheted up. They're in the, I think right in the third or fourth, they ratcheted. Their defense was, they got a foul, big deal. They were going to make sure that we were going to put a lot of pressure on the ball, and or they were going to put a lot of pressure on our ball, and You know, we just unfortunately made a couple turnovers at the wrong time. But again, it happens. And listen, you have two great teams, and someone's going to have to take the L tonight. And unfortunately, it was us because they made one more shot than we did.
Adelaide, what is this journey over the last 4 years been like, and being able to wear Bishop McGuinness across your chest?
Yeah, it's been an amazing 4 years, to say the least. I'm grateful to have done it with such amazing people and the coaching staff and my teammates. And like Coach has said, that this is one of his favorite teams. I'd say that this is by far my favorite team, not just because, you know, it's my senior year and all of that, but just because of the chemistry we had. We're really close off the court too, and I just think that means a lot. And yes, we did lose tonight, but I would not want to lose with anybody else. So I'm very grateful for having such great teammates, and I know that they're going to support me these next 4 years. We already talked about they'll be back next year watching the state weight game. So that's just how close we are, and I would not want to lose or win with any other team. And I just love my 4 years here, and being able to play under Coach R was an honor. And I just hope that I made this program proud, and I hope that I continue to come back and help in any way I can. But just really the friendships that I made my 4 years, especially this year, it's just something that I can't take for granted, and I really do love each and every one of them. So, yeah.
Oh,
Coach, can you just talk a little bit about how difficult it is to win a state championship? I mean, obviously you're stringing things together. A lot of things have to go almost perfect. And like you said tonight, that the margin of victory and losing is so tiny sometimes.
I mean, obviously, we've won a lot of state championships. We have. And I would say almost 80% of those were like this game, except we came out on the winning side. And I mean, we could easily have just one, which one is a lot for a lot of people. And I think as long as I said this last year, as long as we're in the mix, we're in the neighborhood, the program's in a good spot. And every year we're knocking on that door or in the door, or we've won it. And again, as long as you're still playing it right now and you're having a shot, your program's in a good spot. And again, it's really credit to all these kids. They're the foundation of the program. She is a big piece of that. And obviously she's gone, but now these two, it's their time. And you know, I think she's done a good job to pass it on to them, and I think they're going to do a great job in trying to get us back here again and give us another shot.
For the juniors, what has Adelaide meant to you two?
I think especially this year, we've just gotten a lot closer with Adelaide. Like Adelaide said, we're really close on and off the court. And I think like being leadership, especially in like this game when it was really intense, like it got really close, like Adelaide just had our backs and was keeping us calm through all of it. And I think that she was a really big part of just like the whole season, just from the beginning to the end.
Yeah, like she lifts everybody up. She brings the best out of all of us, and she's just a great leader. You have been for like the past 3 years, and like I know before that. But yeah.
I know a close game first quarter, then kind of split away for a while. What were the keys in terms of building that momentum in the second quarter and, you know, splitting up to kind of that big lead in the third quarter, early third?
Honestly, you know, I think, and I hope she's okay. I really hope she's okay. But when Whitney Rogers went out for them, she's a big player for them. She hurt us last year a lot. And when she went out, you could see them trying to regroup. And I thought if we could push away from them right then, we had a shot. But to their credit, they kept the game close enough that they were in striking distance. So once they got regrouped, I know how good they are. They're powerful. They're a powerhouse. And once they got their comfort level back, you know, obviously they put the game away. I do think, again, I told you about the stretch earlier where they hit the shot, but I think really right at the end of the third quarter, they hit, I think, back-to-back three-pointers. We'd gone up maybe 12 or 8 or 10, whatever it was, and it got down to 6, so it was 12. And they get back-to-back three-pointers right at the buzzer, and you can kind of feel it kind of going like this a little bit. We kept them at bay until the last 30 seconds, obviously, but I think that little play, those two little plays right at the end of the third quarter were really pivotal as well. But I do hope Whitney Rogers is okay. She's a good player. She really is, and unfortunately she went down early. But to their credit, they hung in there and won. Give them a lot of credit for that.
This is for any of you, except as the players. It's one thing to coach against their pressure, but what was it like to play against their pressure, especially as it ratcheted up?
Yeah, I think we learned last year that like we have to deal with it and we have to help each other out and then like go into their pressure and don't lean back or fall away from it. And I think we did that sometimes, and sometimes we just need a little more.
Yeah, I give them credit. They knew exactly where we were going to pass it. They knew right where to tip it and get deflections and stuff like that. So they read the court really well. I wish that, you know, I could go back and change some of the passes I made, or not go off of 1 foot, split the defense and then pass. But they were hard on us, and we knew that they were going to attack us on the press, and we tried our best to get through it. But they were quicker than us tonight, so I give them credit.
All right. Well, guys, congratulations on a great